G.I. Joe, a real American hero. The G.I. Joes are an elite group of soldiers that carries out special missions. They answer directly to the President of the United States. The G.I. Joe team recruits members from the Navy SEALs, the Army Rangers, Delta Force, and the Green Berets. They must be brave and talented soldiers to defeat their enemies, Cobra.
Cobra will rule forever.
Duke is the G.I. Joe field commander.
Joe!
Today, Duke leads a mission to Cobra Island, the Cobra headquarters. The Joes hope to gather information, take pictures of the island for their intelligence operations. This kind of mission is called a reconnaissance mission. Inside the helicopter, Gung Ho monitors Cobra Island with advanced radar equipment. He sees the tall observation tower of the Cobra Command Center. Target in view, Gung Ho reports to Duke. Proceed with mission, Cobra Island. Duke radios confidently to Wet Suit. Copy, Duke. Wet Suit says. In the water below the helicopter, he glides through the waves on his ocean assault board. His objective is to take a picture of the island to use for planning future missions. While Wetsuit moves closer to Cobra Island, Duke and Gung Ho use the helicopter as a decoy. A decoy is something that attracts attention from what is really happening. Duke knows the Cobras will target the helicopter first, leaving Wetsuit free to safely complete his mission. Cobra is a ruthless organization of criminals who want to take over the world. They operate from their secret headquarters on an island. Their supreme leader is Cobra Commander.
Cobra will rule forever.
Cobra Commander's main goal is to destroy the G.I. Joe team, especially Duke, who is his arch enemy. When the red warning alert blinks on the radar screen, Cobra Commander growls.
Cobra will rule forever.
He knows only the Joes could be brave enough to attempt a mission to Cobra Island. Invasion approaching, Commander, the Baroness shouts, pointing at Joe's distant helicopter. The Baroness is a cunning intelligence expert who attempts to track the Joes' every movement. Baroness, Cobra Commander snarls, prepare the Cobra forces immediately. Cobra Commander knows that Duke is up to something that might ruin the Cobra's dangerous plans. Knowing that Duke is the leader behind the Joe's great teamwork, Cobra Commander wants to capture Duke at any cost. He believes that if he can lure Duke into the command center, the Joe's teamwork will crumble without their fearless leader. Far out in the sea, a Cobra Fang helicopter zeroes in on the Joes. Blast them, the Baroness radios from the command center. Duke and Gung Ho expertly maneuver the night attack helicopter through the sky to dodge the Cobra's laser fire. Those Fang helicopters dish out some pretty mean fire, Duke says to Gung Ho. Gung Ho grew up in the Louisiana swamp, so he thrives in hot, humid, and rough environments. Gung Ho laughs. If I can fight an alligator in the swamp, he says, I can take on Cobra.
Cobra will rule forever.
Any day. The Joes are confident that Wetsuit is their best man for missions by water. He is like a combination of a soldier, shark, an eel, and a stingray. Wetsuit steers the ocean assault through the rough waves. The ocean assault is a specially equipped sailboard that can speed through the water or sail through the air. If the Cobra's mores think they can sink me, they've got another thing coming, Wetsuit laughs. He takes a picture of the island that will prove important on their next mission. Duke is much too smart to fly straight into our radar, the Baroness murmurs to herself. That helicopter must be a decoy. The Baroness switches the radar screen to the command center's underwater sensors. She detects something moving quickly through the water, straight towards Cobra Island. It must be Wetsuit, the Baroness hisses angrily. The helicopter was only bait to distract us from Wetsuit. She sends a command to the Cobra mores. Wetsuit must be stopped, the Baroness orders. Cobra mores are the elite underwater Cobra forces, the most dominant predators in the ocean. The mores tell Baroness they spot Wetsuit on their radar. The Baroness radios back. What are you waiting for, she asks. He'll be shark meat in no time, the Cobra mores tell her. Wetsuit is ours, she tells Cobra Commander. Excellent, Cobra Commander growls, and once we have Wetsuit, surely Duke will come to try to rescue his friend and find a surprise waiting for him. Those silly Joes and their teamwork, the Baroness laughs. The Cobra Mantis sub is an underwater attack vehicle that is designed to slither through the ocean and attack by surprise. As the Mantis sub glides toward him, Wetsuit shoots his harpoon gun and his laser blaster through the choppy waves. Nice try, you slimy buckets of fish bait, Wetsuit calls to the Cobra mores in pursuit. The Cobra Mantis sub explodes underwater, but not before mores escape. Wetsuit makes a quick getaway. Wetsuit radios Duke. Objective accomplished, Duke, he reports. I took a photograph of the island right before the mores tried to slime me. Great job, Wetsuit, Duke congratulates him. The night attack helicopter picks up Wetsuit. Gung Ho lets down a rescue rope to lift Wetsuit and his sailboard onto the helicopter. Gung Ho is the heavy weapon specialist for the Joes. He graduated at the top of his class at boot camp. Gung Ho was excited to be invited on the mission to Cobra Island because he enjoys the action where it's rough and tough. Duke radios Snake Eyes, who waits to complete the rest of the Joe's mission on the other side of Cobra Island. We'll meet you on the Cobra Beach at 0900 hours. Duke tells Snake Eyes. In military time, 0900 hours means 9 in the morning. On the Cobra beach, the Joes hope to gather secret information about the Cobra compound to use on later missions. If they're lucky, they might even capture the secret plans to Cobra Island. The secret plans would allow them to capture the most dangerous forces in the known world once and for all. Snake Eyes is a master of all forms of martial arts and silent weapons. He studied martial arts in the Decoy clan. One of the greatest strengths is that he can move silently and quickly through enemy territory without being seen. His amazing vision and sense of hearing are important assets to the Joes. Snake Eyes drives the Night Rhino tank across the Cobra Beach. The tank is an amphibious infantry fighting vehicle. Amphibious means that it can move through the water as well as on land. The tank is equipped with grenade launchers and torpedo missiles. As many as 9 soldiers can fit inside. Suddenly, a Cobra fang appears above. The Night Rhino tank shoots it down with laser fire. Storm Shadow and Cobra Ninja jumps out before it crashes. Good job, Duke Radio Snake Eyes. Now get some pictures of the secret tunnel that leads to the Cobra Command Center. Snake Eyes runs into the jungle to find the secret tunnel. Information about the tunnel entrance will allow the Joes to plan a surprise for the unsuspecting Cobra, a surprise that Cobra will not be happy about. Snake Eyes snaps a picture of the secret tunnel entrance. Suddenly, Storm Shadow lunges at Snake Eyes with his ninja sword. Not so fast, Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow warns. The 2 martial art fighters were once sword brothers in the same Night clan, until Storm Shadow joined the ruthless Cobra forces.
Cobra will rule forever.
Your ninja powers are no match for Cobra, Storm Shadow snarls. Suddenly, 2 Cobras, a Neo Viper and a Firefly, burst out of the jungle. Snake Eyes uses his ninja training to take on all 3 Cobras. Storm Shadow holds up the secret plans to Cobra Island. These plans will never be yours. Snake Eyes draws his sword. He does not speak. A tragic helicopter accident scarred his voice and face, so he wears a mask and communicates in sign language. Now the battle between the 2 legendary ninja masters begins. Snake Eyes has captured the plans as Storm Shadow pursues him. Snake Eyes runs through the dense jungle with the secret plans. He uses his army knife to cut a path through the thick vines to where his team waits for him. Snake Eyes hopes that the secret plans contain everything the Joes need to defeat the Cobras once and for all. The Joes helicopter hovers above Snake Eyes. Gung Ho lowers the ladder down. Snake Eyes grabs the ladder just as Storm Shadow draws his lethal ninja sword. Not so fast, Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow says, grabbing the ladder. Watch out, Snake Eyes, Gung Ho yells. There's a nasty ninja on your back. Snake Eyes pushes Storm Shadow off the end of the ladder and climbs to safety. The helicopter takes off into the sky. Great teamwork, guys. Duke congratulates the rest of the Joes.
Yo, Joe!
Everyone contributed to make this tough mission a successful one. Now we're all set for the final invasion of Cobra Island. I'm going to sleep well tonight, Wetsuit laughed, knowing that we're finally bringing those nasty Cobras to justice. Right on, Wetsuit, agrees Gung Ho at the night attack helicopter. Speeds away into the clear blue sky.